Howdy, Immortalium here, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different. Basically, as a fan of the mediums of anime and manga, I'm always glad to be able to see these fantastic creators being awarded for all of their work, particularly by notable entities. And of course, one of the most notable entities when it comes to the field of anime and manga is of course the Japanese government. And the Japanese government gives out these medals of honor, which come in a variety of colors. Basically, the colors denote what field they're for. In the case of anime and manga, it's the medal with the purple ribbon, because the medal with the purple ribbon is awarded to people who have had significant achievements in fields of either academics or the arts. And of course, anime and manga being the arts, they're well eligible for the award. And so I thought it might be interesting to take a look at some of the creators who have won this award in the past. Now, it's worth noting that there have been quite a few people who have won this award in the past, and when I went through the list, it's entirely possible that I might have missed a couple of anime and manga creators in this list. So if I don't end up mentioning someone who has won this award and is involved with the field of anime and manga, then of course I'd want you to tell me in the comments below. I'd absolutely love to hear about that. But regardless, I have got 15 creators here who have won the award. Let's start off with the earliest winner that I could find, who won the medal with the purple ribbon for the field of either anime or manga, and that is Machiko Hasegawa. Now, if you haven't heard of Machiko Hasegawa, she is the creator of Sazai-san, which is a very long-running manga series, which was then adapted into the longest-running anime series in the world. And of course, the manga has been incredibly influential on the medium manga. The anime has been a huge hit, and so I was very glad to see that in 1982 she was recognized for this achievement. Sazai-san is definitely one of those series that I would love to be able to read someday. I do believe that they released some bilingual editions back in the day, but I don't think it was the whole series, and they're well out of print now. Following that, we have Shiguru Mazuki, who won the award in 1991. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Shiguru Mazuki, his most well-known work is a series called Kataro. I believe the entire title is Ge no Kataro, which is about a boy who I believe is a yokai interacting with other yokai, and it's a very popular franchise. But he's also created a lot of fantastic other works. For instance, I've reviewed Onward Towards the Noble Deaths, which is an incredible manga, and he's done other series such as Showa, which is a manga rendition of the entire Showa period in Japan, which is an incredible work. So Shiguru Mazuki is definitely deserving. Then in 1998, another mangaka won the award, Fujio Akatsuka. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that name, he's well known for a series called Osomatsu-kun, which was very popular in Japan, and I believe has since become a little bit popular in the West. I believe there was an anime series, I think it was renamed Osamu-san, I think, or something like that. But I believe that has actually become quite popular. So he's the creator of that. It's also worth noting his contribution to the genre of magical girls. He created a manga called The Secrets of Ako-chan, which was one of the very first magical girl manga, which was then later adapted into an anime. And of course, even though it's incredibly different to the magical girls that we're familiar with these days, it's still well worth noting the impact that it ended up having on the medium of manga and anime itself. So definitely well deserved. After that, we have Isao Takahata. Isao Takahata, I think, is a name that many of you should recognize. He was one of the founders of Studio Ghibli and has directed many movies for them, such as Grave of the Fireflies, Only Yesterday, Pompoko, My Neighbors the Yamadas, and The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. But he's also done a wide variety of other series, being involved with World Masterpiece Theatre, and being involved with Lupin III, the very first season, which he worked with alongside Hayao Miyazaki. So he's definitely well deserving of this award. Then in 2001, Leiji Matsumoto ended up winning this award. And if you're unfamiliar with Leiji Matsumoto, he is a very well-known mangaka who's created some of the most successful and incredible space opera manga series of all time. Series such as Space Pirate Captain Harlock, such as Space Battleship Yamato, such as Galaxy Express, etc., etc. His works are incredible. I absolutely adore the Space Pirate Captain Harlock franchise, and you can imagine that I was very pleased when I saw that he won this award, because he definitely deserves it. In 2002, a mangaka called Tetsuya Chiba ended up winning the award. And Tetsuya Chiba is a name that I think most people won't be familiar with over here, but I also have the suspicion that a lot of people will actually recognize his most famous work. So beyond creating a wide variety of manga, his most well-known series is a manga called Tomorrow's Joe, also known as Ashita no Joe, which is a boxing manga. And from what I've heard, it's like one of the best manga ever written. It's become incredibly influential in the field of manga, and then it received its own anime adaptation, which the anime adaptation was incredibly popular and again incredibly influential in the field of anime. So even if you might not be familiar with his name, his achievements should not be underestimated. In 2009, Joe Hisashi ended up winning this award, and Joe Hisashi is another name that I think a lot of people should be familiar with. He's done a huge amount of the soundtracks for the Studio Ghibli films, along with a wide variety of other media as well, such as, for instance, the Ni no Kuni games. I believe he did the soundtrack for the recent Children of the Sea anime film. His music is incredible, and I'm glad to see him get the recognition that he deserves. After that, in 2010, we get a creator who I'm actually pretty unfamiliar with, and I suspect if you've heard of this name, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd be absolutely shocked if you've heard of this guy. In 2010, a mangaka called Ryohei Saigon won this award. And when I was looking up his works, I wasn't familiar with any of them. I hadn't really heard of any of them. Apparently his most well-known series are Sunset on 3rd Street and Tales of Kamakura, which again, I haven't heard of them. But of course, this is one of the areas of this award that I'm super fascinated by, hearing about people that I've never heard about before. In 2012, a mangaka called Moto Hagio ended up winning this award. And Moto Hagio is a mangaka who has been incredibly influential in the medium of manga. She's one of the members of the Year 24 group, which is a group of women who revolutionized what shoujo manga could be. They introduced some incredible panel techniques when it came to doing the artwork in manga, as well as a wide variety of themes covering gender and sexuality and everything in manga, which wasn't really touched upon until then. And some of her most well-known works are The Heart of Thomas, The Poe Clan, and I actually reviewed one of her manga recently, Little Leo, which was something that she wrote relatively recently. In 2013, this might shock people considering how famous he is over here, but it wasn't until 2013 that Katsuhiro Otomo, who is the creator of Akira, ended up winning this award. And of course, his achievements for not only writing the Akira manga, but also directing the anime adaptation of it, is of course incredible. Beyond that, he's done a wide variety of other works. Some of my favorite anime that he's done of course the Memories movies, as well as Freedom, which is definitely one of the best product placement anime I've ever seen. So he's definitely deserving to have won this award. Then in 2014, another member of the Year 24 group won this award, Keiko Takamiya. I would probably argue that she's less well known than Moto Hagio, but her achievements are nothing to be sniffed at. In particular, the work that I'm most familiar with from her is Toward the Terra, which I believe has some of the greatest panel work I've ever seen in a manga. I think it's absolutely incredible. Now, admittedly, I wasn't particularly fond of another manga that she made called Andromeda Stories, but beyond that, she is absolutely deserving to win this award, even just for the panel work alone, because that was so incredible. After that, we have an anime director called Kaichihara, who won the award in 2018. And when I looked up what he had directed, I could definitely see why he won this award. He's directed many episodes of Doraemon. If you're unfamiliar with Doraemon, Doraemon is incredibly popular. After that, he also directed several Doraemon movies, several Crayon Shin-chan movies, before making some original movies of his own, such as Miss Hokusai, Colorful, etc., etc. In 2019, Osamu Akimoto ended up winning this award. And in the case of Osamu Akimoto, it's pretty obvious to see how he's influenced manga. His series Kochikame ran for 40 years and was released in 200 volumes. I believe since then they've released a special volume to make it 201. But Kochikame's impact on Japanese society is certainly not to be underestimated, particularly in all of its adaptations, whether they be live action, animation, etc., etc. So he's definitely deserving to win this award. And I would love to be able to read Kochikame someday. I've mentioned that in the past. Then in 2020, Rumiko Takahashi won the Medal with the Purple Ribbon. And if you're unfamiliar with Rumiko Takahashi, she is, as far as I'm aware, the best-selling female graphic artist in the world. That includes like manga, comics, graphic novels, etc., etc. And she's done some absolutely incredible series. One of my favorite series from her, of course, is Ranma Half, which I think is an absolute gem. But she's also made a variety of other series such as Meisani Koku, Inuyasha, Urusei Yatsura, etc., etc. So she's an incredibly talented woman and well deserving of winning this award. And finally, only last year, Masaki Yuasa ended up getting the Medal with the Purple Ribbon. Now, Masaki Yuasa is an incredible anime director. And I actually ended up reviewing one of his films recently, Mind Game, which I thought was an incredible work, even if some bits of it were a little uneven for my liking. But he's made a wide variety of movies. Another famous one he made was Lou Over the Wall. He also directed Tatami Galaxy. He is an anime director who has an incredible style, and even though I haven't experienced enough of his works, I can definitely see why he won this award. His works are so distinct, so unique, and so incredible. So those were some manga and anime creators who won the Medal with the Purple Ribbon. I would of course love to hear your thoughts on these people who have won these awards. Have you read their works? Have you heard of them before? What do you think of them? Do you think they deserve the award? If there's anyone else that I haven't mentioned, of course I'd love to hear that. And of course, if you have any additional information about the Medal with the Purple Ribbon, about any of these creators, etc., please leave them in the comments below. And of course, if you want to support the channel, I would encourage you to use my Amazon or Right Stuff affiliate links in the description below. When you purchase an anime and manga through those affiliate links, not only are you supporting me, not only are you supporting the channel, but you're also supporting the anime and manga industry. So I'd highly encourage you to use those affiliate links to purchase your anime and manga. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and bye-bye.